Hi there, my darling Virgos. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 6th, 2025. So, my darling Virgos, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finishing off with angel answer cards. All right, what messages does Virgo need to know? How did you cope with those eclipses? Boy, there's been some funky energy around. But I feel in October, a lot of this is going to be cleared. And if you haven't watched the October reading, which I put out last week, make sure you go watch it because the energies definitely are a lot clearer. And let's hope they continue for this week. All right, let's see what we've got for you, my darling Virgos. Yeah, make time for self-love. Last quarter moon in Libra. And look, us Virgos, we are very loving, but we tend to give a lot of ourselves to other people. I know I do, but I also tend to absorb a lot of people's energy as well, which, can, I don't know, mess me up a little bit. But, I don't take a lot of time for myself, but I do. I haven't taken a lot of time for myself, but now I have made myself a little routine on a Saturday night that I run myself a nice bath. I watch what I want to watch, and I just relax. And I need that because, not just a tarot reader. I also work full time as well, so I'm busy. So this is, I need to relax, and I think it's encouraging for us to have this time for self-love, whatever that means to you. Like I said, whether it's, like for me, it's a bath, and it's also hanging out with people that I love as well, and having a good time, and just decompressing. And I think we all need that, especially after a busy week. But whatever that means to you, my darling Virgos, whether that is, going for a walk, doing some exercise. I also do that 5 days a week too, because it's what I need. But, it'll be different for everyone. What is it that makes you feel good, my darling Virgos? That is what you're being encouraged to do this week, I feel. Make time for self-love, definitely. Whatever that means to you. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Virgos. What does Virgo need to know for this week, October the 6th? There's been a lot of energy coming out with synchronized cards too, in number order, and yeah, same suit. It's just been freaky. Anyway, you got the Nine of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Moon. Two major arcana here. So we've got Pisces energy, Scorpio energy, and our own Earth type of energy here. So, all right, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the beautiful Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. This is a card of gratitude and luxuries, my darling Virgos. And it's also a card of independent energy as well. It's that card, it's a card of, your environment and beautifying your environment. It is also a card of, making sure that, you have enough also. You can see here, she's got 3 pentacles on this side and 6 on this side. She is happy to give away those 3 pentacles there because she always keeps 6 for herself. It's that, independent wealth and luxury. It's you feeling that you're comfortable, that you have everything, that you don't need, that you have that, like I said, pre-Empress energy. It's that environment that your environment is beautiful, my darling Virgos. And I love this energy for you and for me, because I'm a Virgo, but it's that feeling of just being content with where you are. I'm also drawn to, you can see her gaze here on this bird. She is focused. That it symbolizes to me that focus is going to be important for you this week. That focusing on, well, in this instance, it could be self-love, but I feel that you need to just focus on one thing. Don't be wishy-washy for, I'm going to give a bit of energy to this and a bit of energy to that and a bit of energy to this. I think that would drain you, my darling Virgos. I feel that you're being encouraged just to focus on one thing that's working for you at the moment, that you want to work on, to, bring you what it is that you want, my darling Virgos. So love to see that for you. And then you have the Death card here. So I love the Death card. This is, like I said, Scorpio energy. So if you do have Scorpio in your chart at all, make sure you go and watch the Scorpio reading. The Death card in the tarot does not mean literal death. And I can't say that enough. I think there was one reading that I did way back when. It was probably over 6 months ago now, I think. But it's still in the top of my mind because this person took out of context what I said about the Death card. And they're like, are you saying that someone's going to die? And I was like, no, not at all. The Death card does not mean literal death, my darling Virgos. It is the death of an old way of doing something, yes. It is the death of your old identity, yes. This card is a card of change and transformation, my darling Virgos. It is a card to encourage you that nothing's going to stay the same. You are moving through some kind of, or you are going through some kind of change and transformation. And I feel that those eclipses that we had in September, one in Pisces, which is your opposite sign, and you have Pisces showing up here, and the other was in Virgo. One was a lunar eclipse, and you've got, like I said, the moon here, which is Pisces energy, and the other was the solar eclipse in Virgo, or partial solar eclipse in Virgo. So those energies are sticking around, my darling Virgos, and I feel that energy has brought up a lot of change and transformation. It is encouraging us. I feel that we're thinking a lot more about what it is we want to change, my darling Virgos. I don't know, I have definitely been thinking a lot about what I don't want anymore, what I won't put up with anymore, and what do I want to change. So that's what I feel, why I feel this Death card is coming up, just to say it's coming. There is change and transformation coming. You can embrace it or you won't. It's up to you. And then we have the Moon card. And as I said, this is Pisces energy. So if you do have Pisces in your chart, I think I'm a Pisces moon. So I am, definitely going to take note of what the Pisces reading is going to be all about. Because I feel very strongly influenced by this Pisces energy. And because, Pisces is our opposite sign. And we are one of the most similar opposites in the tarot. So, to have this energy show up, I feel this is to do with those eclipses. That's really what I think. The Moon card is all about what is hidden. A full moon casts shadows. So it's like, what is hidden in those shadows? I feel that there is still more we need to process. I feel that, those eclipses would have brought up some change, but I do feel that there's still more we need to find out. My darling Virgos, before we can really move on, before we can really move forward, I feel there is more we need to know. And that's why this Moon card is here. But I also feel it's encouraging us to realize that eclipse energy is still here. It's still around us. We're being asked to work through it and just be aware of what is hidden in the shadows, my darling Virgos. That's what I'm getting off is the Moon card. So if I'm going to put it all together, I do feel that this is leftover energy from those eclipses, my darling Virgos. I feel that, we're coming from the energy of, we're moving through this change. We know that there are things that are still not clear, I feel. But here is our outcome. This is where we want to be. This is where we're going to end up once we come through this change, transformation energy. We are going to be in that energy of beautiful Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy. We are going to feel that we are in control of our own destiny, my darling Virgos. That's what I'm getting. And I feel this make time for self-love is just to remind us on this journey of going through all these prickly bits to make sure that we are taking time for ourselves along the way. That's what I feel is coming in, my darling Virgos. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know I'm very active in the comments. I'd love it if you could let me know how you went with those eclipses, my darling Virgos. How did they affect you? Do you feel that you're going through some kind of change and transformation? Has it happened already? Do you feel that there's this moon energy still hanging around you and that, it's just a bit murky? So anyway, let us get final messages. Yeah, ask for help from others. Don't go through this alone. We have been put on this planet not alone. We were born into this planet not alone, my darling Virgos. We need other people around us. So ask for their help if you need it. Yeah, we are going to go through this recovery. And I feel that with that, make time for self-love. We need to make sure that we're taking time for ourselves, my darling Virgos. Yeah, and I feel our health will improve as a result of going through this change and transformation, looking after ourselves, realizing that we are in control of our energies here, that we're in control of what happens to us. I feel that going through this change and transformation will really help with us. In the near future, they say, yeah, we'll choose a new direction. And I feel that that's coming. We just need to clear this, eclipse energy for good. But I feel that definitely there is that energy of going in a new direction. And that's why I said about that Nine of Pentacles is where I feel that will be where we end up. Once we come through the other side, this is our outcome here. We are going to be feeling that pre-Empress energy and feeling, satisfied and content with, where we are, my darling Virgos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.